Let's look how we create a maze in Scratch. This is how to learn Scratch programming language. The Scratch programming language is free, fun and easy to learn. Most programming languages are text-based, so a learner has to gain experience writing the code, but Scratch program is easier as it uses blocks. The learner selects blocks, puts them together and runs the program in a simple way, making it the most fun and easiest way to learn programming. Our task is to create a maze in Scratch, so let's make the cat smaller so it can go through the maze, and then we need to think about how we're going to create the maze. We're going to draw it, so we're going to start off using the paint editor and create the lines. First off, we're going to draw the outline, which is just a square. Notice that when you draw the lines, they get associated with each other, so you can see when we move them, they move together. So just create a box, a square as the outline. We're just going to draw roughly here to show you how to do it. We're not really going to make it perfect, but you might see the video jump to make it a bit quicker. Otherwise it will be a bit too slow to show everything. So just create a few lines, simple, just lines to create a maze. Now the cat needs to go through the gaps obviously, and it doesn't need to be too difficult, but you want to make it so it's worth playing. So just draw a few lines inside the box so the cat can go up, down, left or right. We're going to use the arrow keys to go around the maze. So I should say just draw the lines. And you can see here in this example we're trying to start the cat at the top left and give two routes, if you like, to go down or to go up the top route. So as you can see, we're not making it 100% perfect. If you look in the top right, it looks a bit wobbly, but that doesn't really matter because we're learning how to program, not really learning how to draw straight lines. So create your maze. You can start at any place. You can have a gate if you like, but this is just a simple example where the cat's going to start at the top left, finish at the bottom right, and there's our maze. We need to make the cat walk, so we're going to add the when green flag is pressed and forever block. And now when we touch the key, we need the cat to move. So for example, if the cat moves upwards, if we've got the up arrow key, then we want him to go up plus Y by 4. So we can have the up key and then move the cat. We want to change Y. Let's change X. So let's see, change Y by 4. Now, when the cat goes down, the down arrow key, Y will change by -4. We can duplicate that, so when the left arrow key is pressed, then X is going to change by -4, because go backwards if you like, and then change X by 4 happens when the right arrow key is pressed. So therefore we can see the cat move using the arrow keys. We need the cat to be at the start when the game starts, so we can use a go-to block once a green flag is clicked. Now we want the cat to look like it's walking, so we need to change costume. So we can go to looks and next costume. Now can do that with all the blocks. So here we have our cat going to be able to walk whichever direction. So far quite straightforward, but how do we stop the cat from walking through the walls? Well, let's have a think. We want it not to go through the black lines. So we can start with an if, and if touching, and we've got sprite 2 is the map. That's why we used it as a sprite rather than a background. So what we want to do here, well, we know we move, for example, if we got the up key, we change y by 4. So if we were to change y by -4, then that would move it backwards. So here you see, if we've got the up key, we change by 4, but if it's touching the sprite, we change by -4. We can duplicate that for each direction. So we have change by -4, change by 4, and then we need to change x. So we can change x by 4, -4, and by 4. Make sure they go into the correct place. So y -4 would be going up, +4 be going down, x changed by 4 be left, and the final one would be if the right arrow is clicked. So we can see here, if we just concentrate on the up arrow, so we change it by 4, so when we go up by 4, but if it touches the sprite, the wall, then it goes down by 4. So that's how we can stop the cat going through the wall. We can add an end to the game, so let's have a look in our sprites, and maybe if we have a cross, so we have a cross here, let's make that a bit smaller, let's say 50, and then we can put it at the end. Let's have a look at the costume. Actually, let's make it red. So when we get our cat to the end, we want to finish the game. So we can use an if, make sure it's inside the forever block here. So if the cat touches the button, so we can use an if, sensing if touching, and then we're going to change that to button 5, and then we can say something. So say you've won. Perhaps put that at the bottom, but inside the forever loop. Now the touching button didn't seem to like being placed at the end, so we can change our code by just moving it at the beginning. Just check that to see if it works. So press green, move the cat, and if it was to touch the end, then it says you've won. So let's try that. Let's move the arrows so we can go up, right, down, left, and go through the maze. If we touch the wall, then the cat stops, and then when we finished it, it says you've won. Let's have a look at the final code. We place the cat at the start. When we click the green flag, got forever loop. When we finish, if we touch the red cross, which is button 5, and then we've got the 4 arrows up, down, left and right, and if the cat moves when one of these arrows is pressed. So for example, when you press the right arrow, X goes up by 4, Next costume, so the cat looks like it's walking, but if it touches the wall it goes back by the same amount. So that's all the code. Now if you're interested in learning more or learning other programming languages, then please subscribe, and every time a video comes out, if you hit that notification bell, then that will let you know.